Is your music good enough? I had to look in the mirror and ask myself this very question. There's a common misconception that in today's music industry, talent is an afterthought. It's all about social media now. If you can go viral, you can make it, right? Well, there's some truth to that, but the notion that talent no longer matters is a myth that needs to be shattered. The reality is, if you want to have a career that's more than just a flash in the pan, you need more than just followers. You need excellence. In this video, we're going to break down why talent still reigns supreme and why in this era of infinite scrolling it's more important than ever. I'm going to try to give you that reassurance that doubling down on your craft is the best thing you can do. By the end of this, you'll have a fresh perspective on your artistry and understand why mastering your skill is the single most important factor in separating yourself from the noise. Before we dive into what makes a great artist, let's address the bigger question. Why do great artists matter in the first place? Why should you even care about mastering your craft? I believe that music isn't just entertainment. It's a cultural necessity. Throughout history, music has been a critical vehicle for expression, communication, and connection. It's been a form of protest, a call for change, and a source of healing, especially in hip-hop, and I'm a child of hip-hop. People use music to celebrate, to mourn, to cope, and to communicate emotions that words alone can't convey. When someone is dealing with a heartbreak, they turn to music. When they need motivation, they turn to music. When they're struggling with anxiety or depression, music often becomes a lifeline. Talented artists who can tap into these emotions and express them authentically are not just making songs, they're creating experiences. These experiences connect with people on a spiritual and emotional level, making the music feel like it was written for them. Consider how often people turn to music for self-expression, identity formation, or just to feel understood. We as human beings want to see our own experiences reflected back to us. We crave that connection and that shared humanity. That's why true, dedicated artists are needed now more than ever. Great art isn't just about being popular. It's about creating something that's authentic and stands the test of time, that timeless music. Let's use the artist Eniko as an example.
I will be one of the greatest, that is a vow, yeah, that is a promise. Always wanted to be famous, just being real, yeah, just being honest. My haters won't always be nameless, give them no clout, I give them no power. Creators are different, they ancient, sooner than later, what will be ours?
I did it twice. That take that you saw was the second take. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. And I posted it and I went to sleep. And the next day I woke up to like 50,000 notifications. That is not even an exaggeration. It was probably more. And I was just like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? I've been, on TikTok figuring it out for about 2 years now. And this was really the first time that I think I surpassed like 2 million likes. Like I can't actually fathom how many people have heard this and seen me, and that was kind of the beginning.
When her song The King's Affirmation went viral, it wasn't just because she jumped on a social media trend, it was because her songwriting and voice were extraordinary. The lyrics represented personal empowerment, self-belief, and spiritual strength, themes that resonate deeply with people on a universal level. The way she wove her emotions into every line and delivered them with powerful vocals made people stop scrolling and just listen. Social media was just a vessel. The real fuel behind her rise was her mastery over her craft, and her greatness was undeniable to go viral on its own. And she posted it without overthinking. The audio and the lighting wasn't super professional and thought out. This is a crucial point. When you focus on mastering your talent, social media becomes your ally, not your crutch. It becomes a platform to amplify what you're already good at, instead of the only thing you rely on to gain attention. Eniko's example shows us that true talent and excellence create moments that draw people in, and those moments are what lead to long-lasting success, not just fleeting fame. In your journey, mastering your craft sets you apart. I know what you might be thinking, but I've seen so many untalented artists blow up. Why should I focus on talent when it seems like anyone can make it? Well, the thing is, we're mistaking visibility for value. Sure, somebody might go viral for a quick second because of a clever marketing tactic, but does that mean they'll be remembered? Does that mean they'll still have a career in 5 or 10 years or for a lifetime? The answer is usually no. So instead of just chasing the latest wave, you need to become somebody that people can rely on. Not just because you're the flavor of the month, but because your music stands on its own and it can stand the test of time. When you focus on mastering your craft, you're building a foundation for a career that's sustainable and fulfilling. When you put the art first, people recognize that. They can sense authenticity and they gravitate towards it, especially in a sea of inauthentic people. Yeah, you still have to play the game and still have to use social media effectively, but it's your talent that will ultimately set you apart and give you longevity in the industry. So let's talk about the psychology of successful artists. What's going on in the minds of successful artists that enables them to transcend the noise of social media and create something timeless? There are a few psychological traits that they share. Number 1, deep emotional engagement. Truly talented artists don't just create music that sounds good, they create music that feels good. They have a deep understanding of their own emotions and a keen sense of empathy, allowing them to craft songs that resonate on a profound level. When they write, produce, or perform, they aren't just concerned with technical proficiency. They're focused on how their work makes the listener feel. Their goal isn't just to be heard, it's to be felt. This emotional engagement comes from a place of true artistry and a commitment to connecting with people. Number 2, relentless commitment to mastery. Successful artists share a relentless drive to improve. It's a form of obsession that fuels their desire to push beyond what's merely good enough. They don't settle for mediocrity and they do not rely on luck. They believe that their talent is the foundation of their career, so they invest the time and the effort necessary to refine it. Aniko didn't start out as an overnight success. It took years of practice, refinement, and a deep belief in our own vision. That belief is super key. This relentless pursuit of excellence is what sets them apart from everybody else. Number 3, they're not afraid to experiment. Talented artists have the confidence to experiment with new sounds and new ideas without losing the sight of their core identity. They know that innovation is important, but so is maintaining the authenticity. When they push boundaries, they do so from a place of genuine curiosity rather than trying to pander to their audience. These type of artists use their talent as a grounding force. Even when they experiment, you can always hear themselves in their music. Their unique perspective, voice, and emotion is what makes their music them. But they still are not afraid to think outside of the box. If you're truly talented, social media becomes your greatest ally. When you have something real to show, people pay attention. Your audience becomes more than just followers, they become fans. People who actively seek out your work, support your career, and spread the word organically. Social media is a tool that can help you amplify your talent and reach more people, but it can't replace talent. Think of it like this. You can have the biggest megaphone in the world, but if you don't have something to say, then what's the point? So how do you master your craft and succeed as an artist? So here's my step-by-step plan to elevate my craft while still taking advantage of social media. So I'm gonna take the time to practice. I'm gonna focus on my lyricism, melodic creation, vocal control, and production techniques, and much more. I'm setting aside dedicated time for each skill so that I'm not just playing around. I'm actually focusing on getting each skill sharper. You gotta sharpen your blade. So I'm gonna take a little more time to review my productions, my songwriting, my recording, and I'm gonna analyze it for weaknesses and identify strengths. This not only helps me improve faster, but it also gives me material to share with you, my audience. If I spend more time actually coming up with chord progressions, choosing my vocal effects, writing my lyrics to where they are the most powerful, then when it's time to share my music, I can make sure that it stands out. I'm also gonna start collaborating more. So I'm gonna seek out collaborations not just for exposure, but to challenge myself creatively. I'm gonna focus on a social media strategy that actually reflects my values. See, my social media should reflect my identity as an artist, not just as a content creator. If I'm serious about my craft, I should show that seriousness in my posts. If I'm funny and humorous, I should show that in my posts as well. I should share my influences, my inspirations, and my history, my story, and my dedication to mastering my art. So this is a message to myself. Don't let the noise of the internet convince you that being talented is a waste of time. If you focus on becoming exceptional at what you do, social media will help you amplify that to the world. Creating dope music is still the most important part of becoming a great artist. So focus on your craft. Lock yourself in a room if you have to. Become obsessed about making your music better. And I promise you, it'll give you the confidence, it'll give you the will, it'll give you the belief to pursue your craft, to pursue your music career with all of your might. And that's what you need. You need that to have resilience in this game. So that's it, my people. If you want to see me in my creative zone, making a song from scratch from beginning to end, watch this video right here. Go ahead and click it.